Hey, how you doing? This is Brian Brown. Yes, on Facebook I'm Brian Lamont Brown, but actually I just kind of wanted to give a little short history on this haunted house here in Sparta, Wisconsin, called the House of Shadows. That's actually a little sign right there, actually, with the little arrow. But basically, there's a real history behind this building here, actually, where it's actually truly haunted. According to paranormal investigators, I guess there were children during the late 1800s and the early 1900s that lived in this building, and they were kids that had mental illnesses. And I guess a lot of them, they didn't have a proper burial in the cemetery, which is actually located behind this building, and they were only numbered, so they didn't have the proper burials or whatever. But according to paranormal investigators out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, and over the country, throughout the country, they've come over here and did investigations, and they've documented that there's definitely a lot of ghost activity. Actually, a lot of the volunteers that volunteered to set up the House of Shadows here, a lot of them actually have had paranormal experiences. A friend of mine in particular by the name of Tyler, he actually told me several years ago he worked here, and it was basically the whole concept, I guess, was basically, for him to help set up the props or whatever. And what happened was he was on a ladder down in the basement of this building, and he was setting up a prop, and his hammer fell. And as he got up to pick the hammer up, he looked behind him, and there stood a little boy in like outdated clothing, probably late 1800s, 1900s, early 1900s. And the boy just stood there and looked at him and then vanished seconds later. Up until this point, several years ago, before he had this experience, he never believed in ghosts, and I would have never believed in it either. But I had kind of a personal experience of my own at 12 years old, and no, I wasn't high or stoned or whatever or drunk, so I know it was definitely a true experience. But this is the building here. I've come here a couple of times, and people come all over the states and the tri-state area to come here, and it's really a good haunted house. It scared the hell out of me, actually. And I got some pretty big kahunas, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's called the House of Shadows. If you ever come in Sparta, Wisconsin, come and check it out. But like I said, it's actually real ghostly activity in this building, according to investigators. I just thought I'd give you like a quick little short history on it. Okay? Say I'm Brian Lamont Brown. Peace. One blood. Solid.